Okay, so Mark here from Planetmosh, and I am joined here by Skye from Sumo Cyco. Skye, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Good. So it's your first time here in Belfast, even though you have done the UK before. How does it feel being here?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so not only was it gorgeous coming over in the ferry, but we just walked into that venue, and oh my gosh, that is like the coolest venue so far. This is like going back in time right here at this Empire Music Hall. I love it. I love it.
So for a band to come into a new area, what goes through your mind, whenever you're coming into a new area?
Yeah, well, first of all, I really am good at knowing that when I get in front of people, especially on these tours where I'm in the opening band, is that there's a good chance that no one in the audience could possibly know who we are. So you have to act like that every single show and talk to the crowd as if they have no idea who you are and try to win them over the whole time. And I actually really like that role because it makes me work hard as a front woman and as a vocalist, because I want everyone to have a good time even if they have no idea what's coming next or what the songs sound like or how to sing along. And you want to be able to make them still feel like they can chant and rock their heads and feel like they can get into it and get their friends into it. And if I can get everyone having a good time, that's all I care about.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
So, it's good. So it sounds like it's going to be a very energetic performance here tonight then.
I hope so, yeah.
So we're here with Alien Ant Farm this
Yes.
time around. Now, from looking at the poster, we have quite a lot of interesting names on the poster, from Alien Ant Farm to even the likes of yourselves. Where did Sumo Cyco come from, name-wise?
Yeah. Well, we get that question a lot, and I wish we had like a super good answer for that, but it was really just, we needed a band name like ASAP. We were like playing our first show, and you have your list of all these names that you could possibly do. And then I kind of circled a few of the words that I felt described our sound. So one of the words for me was sumo, because I thought of big and strong and in your face and like you can't miss it. And psycho as in crazy. And then we really liked the spelling CYCO because of suicidal tendencies. It's a kind of an ode to them. And then it's also a lot easier for people, because I know a lot of my friends in school could not spell psycho right for whatever reason, because it's like this, weird looking word, because it's like instead of like an S that you would think or a C, it's like PH and Y and So anyway, I don't even know how to spell it because I've been spelling psycho the wrong way my entire life. So anyway, so then I really liked it being simple, and then we thought, okay, the main thing about having a band name is that people can find you online these days. So we went on and looked everywhere. We were like, okay, is there anybody with like that similar name, or that if you Google Sumo Cyco, what's gonna come up? And it seemed like it was all in the clear, like nobody had used it, and we were like, okay, that's it, because if they can find us, that's the most important thing in this day and age, is for them to be able to check out your music.
Very similar to myself, my name would be Mark. I'm Mark with a C instead of a K, so everybody always puts in the K, and I'm like, no, it's a C. I understand with the whole cycle point of view. So touching upon the band's history, you have had quite an extensive history, so you have in regards to touring with the likes of Skindred and such, but you yourself have had quite a history. I mean, from what I've seen, you used to open up for Britney Spears and such. How did going from teen pop sensation from Canada go to the way you are now? the psycho that you are.
It's true. I can see from an outsider's point of view that it would seem like this like drastic like night and day change, but I think if you put in the context of the fact that I was so young when I was starting the pop music, and then when you grow up and you start getting different influences, you start working with different people, you make new friends, and you kind of like evolve to the person that you eventually become. So I always joke, if anybody looked back to what they were doing when they were 14, they probably would be pretty embarrassed in their hairstyles. But at the same time, I embrace it because I know that's where I came from. So for me, it was just meeting a lot of people along my journey that influenced me and made me help realize my passion for rock music. And, I was pleasured enough to work with Tim Armstrong from Rancid. I was able to work with Matt Wilder, who's a producer who did Tragic Kingdom, one of my favorite records by No Doubt, and Mark Hoppus from Blink-182, as well as my bandmates, who are very, very influential with playing tons of music and just letting me know what was out there. And I actually remember the president, this is a really kind of funny story, the president of EMI in France.
Okay.
We were like, I was 16, I was doing my pop career, and we're sitting at like a fancy dinner in France, like drinking wine, all this stuff. And we're talking about music, and he's like, have you ever heard of Pantera? And I was like, no. And he's like, stop everything. He's like, it's my favorite band. He runs out to the record store next door and buys me all of their catalog.
Seriously?
And just gives it to me. And he's like, you need to listen to this. And like, I haven't seen him since that day, but maybe like he was the one to blame for all of this craziness because he gave me the entire catalog of Pantera. So yeah, there has been some good influences.
And it must have been hard to adjust to a different sort of vocal style as well, because with the style you've got going on, yes, you still got a bit of clean, but there's a good fair bit of screaming going on as well. Must have taken a good fair bit of work going from the way you were to what you are now.
Yeah, no, it is a bit of a challenge to mix up all these styles into what we do and be able to kind of pull it off as if it's not really any big deal, like going from one style to the next. I mean, I do a lot of fast, really kind of like rapping stuff, and then we go to screams, and then back to like clean singing where you're hitting high notes. And to be honest, it all just comes from a lot of practice and like doing our set a million times and finding the registers in my voice that makes things come through. And so it's a challenge. I won't say it's the easiest thing in the world, but I've come to love it, and I love challenging myself when it comes to vocals. So that's one of the things I pride myself on in this band, is not playing it safe.
Yeah, especially when you do, you know, with being from such a punk sort of influence, especially when getting the tour with the likes of, you know, the Butcher Babies and even Skindred, you know, seeing you on stage with a singer from Skindred. I mean, how did that feel?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so that was a crazy story. So that was a one-off show. So we, me and Matt, our guitarist, we decided that Skindred was coming to North America, but they weren't coming to Canada. So we got to go to the closest show. Okay. And so we drove, and I'm friends with Benji on Facebook because we were doing this. We have a song that we've collaborated on for the next record. And so I messaged him, and I was like, hey, we're coming down, and I'm really stoked. I know it's a far way, but I really want to see you guys. And he was like, okay. And he sends me a voice note, and he's like, so you want to come on stage with me tonight? And I was like, oh my God. Because I love Skindred. They're like one of my favorite bands, a huge influence for this band, and it's like a dream come true. So for him to invite me up on stage, and we just kind of like, we didn't practice, it's just like get on stage, start singing, and that's what I love about it.
Just go ahead and do the whole rush of it all as well.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So with the fact that Alien on Farm are celebrating 15 years of anthology, where do you see either yourself or Sumo Cyco in about 15 years time, you know?
Yeah, it's a good question. Man, if I could just keep doing what I'm doing and be able to build that fan base and to be able to come to cities like this, like once or twice a year, and just play for, you know, a packed house like we're doing tonight, I mean, I will be happy with my life. Like, performing is the one thing that really gives me life. It just makes me feel like I am home, and this is what I love doing, and I love making people like stoked after show. They get that energy, like that good endorphin rush of like powerful energy when you listen to music, and I love sharing that with people. So if I can just keep on doing that 15 years, I'll be a happy girl.
Nice. Cool. Love it. So by the signs of things, we're going to be expecting quite a very good show tonight. So we are. Nothing too quiet or peaceful or anything like that.
Peaceful, no.
So I know, because we've got acoustic music down the stairs there in the Empire, so definitely nothing to do with that or anything. So I don't.
Acoustic guitar.
But and then you've got Dublin coming off from, I think Dublin's next day as well. Yeah, so you know you've got a good extensive tour of Ireland as well, and then just continuing on with the tour. Yeah,
so then we're back over to England, and we're doing Preston, and then there's like a bunch of other dates, but I'm really looking forward because I'm spending Halloween over here for the first time.
Nice.
So we're going to be playing London on Halloween. So I'm really curious to see if all the bands will dress up, because I know I'm going to.
Yeah, that was the one question I was actually sitting thinking about with the tour landing on Halloween. You know, what sort of plans have the likes of you guys or any of the guys on the tour have got planned?
I don't know what anyone else has planned, but I know that I bought a bunch of makeup. So I'm gonna see what I can like sucker my boys in my band.
So Matt's definitely gonna get joined in.
Come on, we already have one. Where's our Halloween mask? Isn't there one back there?
Oh yeah, maybe Kenny put it away.
You brought a mask.
Our bass player brought a really creepy pumpkin mask. So we'll see if he gets away playing with that.
Nice. So definitely none of this whole killer clown thing that's going on right now.
We don't want to get any more influence. We already did that like years ago. Well, we copied everybody.
I know, it's nice to the in thing now.
It's just in again. That's what it is, right?
Yeah. I love creepy clowns. I'm sorry to anyone who's actually been like badly
victimized
by these clowns, because I love the.
Do we know if any of it's really true, or is it just Facebook hype though?
I don't know. You know what?
Does anybody watch TV and get real news anymore, or is it just the media on Facebook?
I was sitting thinking it's all publicity stuff for this It film that's going to be coming out.
That's what I think is happening. It's got to be the new.
For those that are wondering on the audio, we're joined by Matt, who is from Sumo Cyco as well. So Matt, welcome to Belfast.
Cheers,
how are you?
nice. I'm very good, thank you. Yeah.
All set for tonight?
I am. It was a long night last night. I drove a lot, and we parked near the ocean and passed out and missed our ferry. So we had some catching up to do, but we're good now. I'm just getting into the groove, having a couple drinks, getting ready to go. So I think we're gonna rock it tonight.
It's first time in Belfast and all.
First time here. We've been in Dublin before, but this is the first time up here, so I'm really excited about it. Yeah.
Get some of the Guinness in and all.
And I think this show's already sold out, so we're really excited about seeing like a bunch of new people.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about that.
Nice.
And that's a nice bar. Have you been in there?
Yeah, the Empire is a bit of a local with us.
Oh man, what a good looking place. I love that.
Used to be an old church.
That feels like a place. Yeah.
It did.
That's hilarious. Because our studio that we work out of now is Skye invested in. We got a church to build the studio in. So
nice.
It's not as cool as that one.
Yeah.
That one's pretty cool.
So then next time you come into a recording, you go, Empire in Belfast.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Maybe some good acoustics and such in there.
Oh, for sure.
Well, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. We're certainly looking forward to seeing you up on stage and seeing what all you've got for the people of Belfast. So
thank you.
It was a pleasure talking with you.
Yeah, pleasure. Thank you for the interest in our band and spreading the word about us. We really appreciate it.
Cool. Excellent.
You want a drink?
Oh, no. I'm okay. Thank you very much, honestly. I'm driving.
Okay. All right.
Nice way to end the interview for a wee drink.